Tesla stock continues higher today by almost 4%, getting closer to that $250 price target that I have really over the next couple of weeks. So, 5 reasons why you should buy Tesla stock, an incredibly bullish option flow, as well as some bullish technicals. We're going to get into all of that here in this video and much more. Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. It's free 99 to do so. So ladies and gentlemen, let's get straight into it. If you guys hear my daughter in the background, there's nothing I can do about it. Just let's get to the information. Don't let her distract you. Okay? So Tesla stock is at $215.66 per share at the time of recording this video. Virtually on a parabolic move. I mean, you've seen 5 green days now in a row. Most of them being around 2 to 3%. One of those being a 5% day. After really coming off the lows at $152.60 per share, April 27th, almost 1 month later, you're at $215. It's been a very strong rally. Let's just say that. And there is staying power with this rally. It's likely to continue. And as Yahoo Finance says, 5 reasons to buy Tesla stock now. Number 1, they say there's a plethora of catalysts. Price cuts have sparked demand. And they do point out that the EV tax credit for electric vehicles allows EVs under $55,000 and electric SUVs under $80,000 to get this tax credit. A stock repurchase plan. Now, there's no details on this, but you guys know how capital markets work. You either get payouts in 2 forms, dividends or stock buybacks. Stock buybacks lead the stock price to go higher. One of the reasons why Apple is where it is today is because of its stock buybacks. Now, Elon Musk said on their last earnings call that the company would do a meaningful buyback in the 4th quarter of 2023. So we don't know how big this is going to be, but coming from Elon, it's probably going to be decent at the very least. Now, there's a Hummer replacement, and they go on to mention that the Cybertruck SUV is unlikely to run into the same issues as the Hummer did for 2 reasons. First, unlike in 2008, 2023's economy is not on the brink of collapse. If you use the Tesla Model Y SUV sales as a recent precedent, consumers are not only attracted to EVs, but also willing to pay a premium. Second, because the Cybertruck is fully electric, it will attract environmentally conscious customers. Full self-driving deployment. Now, I think this is probably one of the most exciting things with Tesla going ahead into the future, because even what Elon said, he said, quote, Tesla will have a chat GPT moment later this year. Musk should know he was the brains and investment behind OpenAI's chat GPT. So FSD is already much safer than the average driver on the road. And in a recent interview, Musk seemed very bullish on FSD's potential. And that's when he said Tesla will have its chat GPT moment later this year. And now I should point this out, that Elon is no longer the CEO of Twitter, even though he's going to be there probably on a day-to-day basis, or at least making decisions. He's not. He's going to be focusing more on Tesla. And he's going to be able to put more energy into creating value for shareholders. And I think that is also big, that should be mentioned here. Electrifying non-automotive growth. Over the past few years, Tesla's energy generation and storage revenues have been growing at a compound annual growth rate of 47%. Tesla's Megapack deployment is expected to rocket higher by 135% in 2023. That's insane. But probably the most bullish thing out of all of this is the valuation. Price to sales at bargain basement levels. Because of Tesla's dominance in the EV realm, innovation, and high growth, it garners a higher valuation than traditional automakers such as Honda and Ford. That said, from a price to sales perspective, Tesla is at its most attractive level since the start of the post-pandemic recovery on Wall Street. The last time Tesla's price to sale ratio was at 8, like it is now, shares increased 7-fold over the next several months. So kind of the lowest valuation that you've seen in a long time. In return on equity, typical automakers are known for having razor-thin margins. For Tesla, this isn't the case. Tesla return on equity of 27.29% is higher than the S&P 500's 25.67% over the trailing 12 months. So again, with kind of that valuation support. And it does go on to say that growth and liquidity. Large institutional growth investors consider two major factors when selecting stocks: growth and liquidity. Tesla has grown its top and bottom lines at a healthy double-digit rate for years, all while having a market cap north of 500 billion, an extremely rare feat. And here's the actual chart of this. And a long-term area of interest, a rare technical zone. In monster stocks, the 50-week moving average is a long-term level that investors often defend. Tesla's held the zone since its inception in 2010 and is making a rare visit. So, looks to be good time to buy Tesla stock. And Tesla also jumped above its 200-day moving average for the first time since 2022, another bullish sign, and that's something that we talked about here on this channel the last couple of Tesla videos now. It says, conclusion, a plethora of catalysts, a bargain basement valuation, financial efficiency, growth and liquidity, and strong technical actions are keys why Tesla stock should be higher 6 to 12 months from now. Now, something I want to point out, and the reason why I'm really bullish on Tesla, or one of the reasons, is when you look at Tesla on a bigger scale, they've never advertised before. They have a lot of room to advertise. Now, what that is going to mean for Tesla is people are going to know about Teslas. They're going to know about the features that Tesla has. And a lot of those concerns people have, like range anxiety, like cars driving themselves, is going to be a thing of the past once they start to advertise. And I think if you look at it like Tesla did what they did without advertising, just imagine what they're going to do when they advertise. I live in Michigan. Maybe you guys live in California. Let me know down below in the comment section, where do you guys live? I think that's important to this part of this video. Because if you live in California, then everyone knows about Teslas. But if you live, generally speaking, the rest of America, it's not the same. Like, people I know, when they consider buying a brand new vehicle, Tesla's not even an option because they just don't know about them. You're not going to go out and buy something you don't know about. So I think you're going to see later in 2023 a situation where you're no longer going to have a demand concern, but you're actually going to have a production concern, that Tesla won't be able to produce enough vehicles. And that's always going to be a good problem to have. So there's that. Now I want to look at Tesla on a technical basis here briefly, because Tesla broke above its 200-day moving average, which it calls out here in this video, in which Tesla has not been really above this in a meaningful way since August of 2022. Last time this happened, from the break of the 200-day moving average, Tesla stock rallied about 35%, so a pretty decent move from that break. Now, you're back above that, and you broke above that, and you've been holding, and you've been holding support at this level the last couple days. Now you're starting to break free from this. Typically, when this happens with stocks, you tend to move higher. Now, in the short term, is it possible that Tesla does come down or does trade sideways for a few? Absolutely. That is 100% possible. The RSI is oversold, and the MACD is very bullish. It would not surprise me. That's kind of what I expect. I don't expect a straight shot to 250 or 300, kind of my price targets over the next couple of months. I do expect some sideways price action in the meantime. Now, heading into Tesla's next earnings, there's some signs that things are pretty good. China's vehicle registration numbers for insurance just came out last week, and you've seen over 10,000 vehicles registered. That was the highest week so far in 2023 for Tesla. That was a very positive sign. At the same time, we just got news that Tesla raised prices for their new vehicles, and they lowered prices for their used vehicles, which makes a lot of sense from a business standpoint. That probably means they're seeing some good demand, right? And I think coming on Tesla's earnings, advertising is going to be key. Like what the shareholder meeting, that was the biggest round of applause that Elon got, was about advertising. And I that's really a big premise of my thesis, because I think there's so much potential there. So really from now over the next couple quarters here, that's what I'm going to be looking at specifically with Tesla. Now, if we go ahead and take a look at some of the other factors at play here, you have seen a lot of option activity basically day after day. And today's kind of a slower day with options with Tesla, surprisingly or not, probably because it's a Friday. But you are seeing 536 orders on Tesla from institutional investors as well as hedge funds. Worth $278.32 million, positive order value of 45%. And you've basically seen a lot of bullish option activity for a while now. Basically, this whole run up from 150 to 215 now, you've seen bullish option activity with Tesla. Like it's not really a huge shocker there. And you do currently have $21 billion short in Tesla. That really could drive, Tesla stock higher, because the free float out on loan and the short interest is about 4%. You could see a short squeeze based off of these numbers, and you're probably thinking this isn't high. Well, no, it's not high, but you got $21 billion worth of short positions on Tesla. That is high, and this is just increased as of recently. Shorts have went from about 15 billion in Tesla to 21 billion. That's a lot of money that shorts are losing. So wouldn't surprise me to see a bit of a short squeeze as we do hold at these levels for a couple days, or even start to move higher. That would definitely get us closer to that 250 mark. So there is that. But I do want to talk about the data that came out today. So you got data. The unemployment rate came in at 3.7%. It was at 3.4% last month. The estimate was for 3.5%. The unemployment rate is skyrocketing. This is not a great sign for the economy. This is not really what you want to see. But the non-farm payrolls came in at 339,000. You are expecting 190,000. Much better than expectations. On one hand, the unemployment rate going up higher like this is kind of recessionary. The non-farm payrolls going up like this is very much the opposite, showing the Fed probably has more work to do on inflation. So it's a very weird tug of war you're seeing today, essentially, with the data. All in all, it is sending stocks upwards. Russell 2000 is up 3.28%. The Dow is up 2.20%. NASDAQ, actually the lagger here, up 1.16%. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The next big catalyst you're going to have is on Sunday, and that is OPEC. OPEC's going to meet. They've basically said they were going to squeeze shorts. They said to watch out if you were shorting oil. So who knows what's going to happen there. As you guys do know, the price of oil going higher is not a good thing for inflation. So ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it here in this video. Where do you think Tesla stock is going to go? I'm sitting here and forecasting 250 to 300. $250 from here is only an increase of 16.5%. And this is over the short term, right? Next couple of months. My long-term price targets are much higher for Tesla. $300 from here, about 43% higher. So not too crazy, but still pretty sizable returns. Some of those options might be a good way to trade this as well. Thank you for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, source your comments, questions, or concerns down below in the comment section. You guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one.